For more on this, let's bring in the man who seeks to bless Texas with 2 conservative senators instead of just the one we have now, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Sir, it's great to see you as always. Let's talk about some issues first. Yesterday, President Trump signed an executive order requiring colleges and universities to report significant sources of foreign funding. The president said, quote, It is the policy of my administration to end the secrecy surrounding foreign funds in American educational institutions, protect the marketplace of ideas from propaganda sponsored by foreign governments, and safeguard America's students and research from foreign exploitation, end quote. Now, you have a lot of experience, Mr. Attorney General, with confronting and stopping illegal and improper foreign influence in Texas. It seems the current political establishment, both in the federal level and maybe some in Texas, has either facilitated or ignored this threat to our people. Trump's moves on this are long overdue, yes?
Yes, and look, there's a globalist mentality among the elite, and they clearly have benefited from resources of all kinds, but particularly financial resources. And there's no reason the American people should know that their educational institutions are being funded by these foreign entities and foreign actors. They should know. And this is a great move by President Trump to make these institutions more transparent so that the American public knows exactly what's going on.
Absolutely. You know, and let's get to another issue. From so-called higher education, we'll turn to elementary school levels. The left is still trying to push sexualized content onto our children. It's before the Supreme Court, as a matter of fact, right now. Angry parents are suing GovEd. Listen to the attorney for Montgomery County, Maryland ISD, the GovEd entity pushing all this trash. Listen.
Pride Puppy was the book that was used for the pre-kindergarten curriculum. That's no longer in the curriculum.
That's the one where they are supposed to look for the leather and things and bondage, things like that.
It's not bondage. It's a woman in a leather.
Sex worker, right?
No, that's not correct. No.
I read it.
It's a drag queen.
Drag queen and drag
correct.
queen.
The leather that they're pointing to is a woman in a leather jacket, and one of the words is drag queen in the search.
And they're supposed to look for those.
It is an option at the end of the book, correct?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Attorney General, the parents in Maryland, they aren't asking for a change in this grotesque curriculum, only the ability to opt their children out of it. Doesn't the ISD's position of forcing these kids into sexual deviancy just another indication of the danger of putting government in charge of education?
Look, it's shocking that they're even proposing these books that have this type of information in for kids, let alone telling parents, you don't have the right to tell us that your kids can't look at this material. These are educators that have lost touch with their responsibility, which is there to educate as directed by the parents, not as directed by them. It's ridiculous that we're even in this fight.
Yeah, there's some good news out there, too, politically speaking, Mr. Attorney General. New polls show that Democrats are losing tons of support, this time among young people. And is it any wonder when the Democrats are spending all their time worrying about illegal alien gangbanger terrorists and their ability to stay in America and harm our people? Listen to what Tom Homan had to say about false claims that these illegal aliens got no due process.
Gang member, designated terrorists from the United States who have been ordered deported twice by a federal judge. I think I got plenty of due process. He got more due process than Lake and Riley got.
Yeah, Mr. Paxton, the fake news being pushed around this is really disgraceful. These illegal aliens got no adjudication when they broke our laws and broke into the country. Isn't it absurd to suggest that millions of illegal aliens must be given more due process for the removal than Americans got when they invaded our country?
Look, I know exactly what's going on here. They're trying to slow the process down. They brought as many people here as fast as they could. The Joe Biden administration was all about it. Day one announcing they weren't going to deport anybody. And then they got, what, 10, 12, 14? We don't even know what the number is. They don't even know what the number is. But we know it's millions of people. And so now the torturous process of getting them out is the punishment here, because then it becomes impossible to actually eliminate these people from our borders because it's so slow. So that's the process. Get them in here really fast and then slow the process down so we can't actually get rid of the people that are not supposed to be here, who might even be killing our people, who might even be criminals.
You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.